Alright, gang, welcome back to our vanilla survival here on Osweiler. It is April, and it is very late in the day because it has been raining all day long. We do have a field to harvest. Our vetch rye, which is straight ahead of us, the smaller field, it is ready to harvest. So we are going to try to harvest that today, but we need this rain to stop. And like I said, it's been raining for many, many hours here. So, we're kind of in that situation where we can't really do a whole lot. Now, we can put something in the ground today, specifically over top of the mustard, right? We talked about that, right? So it's an option. Obviously, we can let the mustard continue to grow, too. We can do that as well. I'm not really sure which one I want to do. I really just want to kind of do the harvest on this one today. But with it raining, we really can't do that right now if we want to get the full yield out of that, and that is exactly what I want to do. So what we're going to look at is some contracts, specifically, where we can do something while we're waiting, if you will, right? So we've got a sprayer here, which I don't know how much is actually in there. 279 liters, not much. But we could buy some more and technically do this contract here if we wanted to. There's some hoeing contracts out there, fertilizing contracts, bale wrapping again, and some weeding contracts. So quite a few out there, really. I'm kind of tempted to do the spraying one, but, buying a pallet of herbicide is not cheap, right? So in the end, we wouldn't end up making all that much money. $2,400, and if we're looking at that, I mean, we're basically only going to be making $2,400. That's what we're looking at. Not a terrible amount of money, but at the same time, it feels a little low. But if you look at everything else, there's only a few things that we can do that's going to make us a lot more money than that. This one, we're going to have to borrow the equipment, so $640 off of that, so that's $2,000. These, we don't have a fertilizer spreader. We probably need to get one. I could use liquid fertilizer for this, or for these, I should say. But solid fertilizer is a little bit cheaper. The hoeing contracts we can do. Not going to make much more than $2,000 off of that either. The stone picking, we can do that one. That would be a decent amount of money, $3,000-ish, a little less than that, I guess. $2,500. Well, okay, no, wait a minute. Yeah, $1,000. So it would be about $3,500 is what we ended up making off of that. The weeding ones looks like where the big money is here today. We can make a lot of money with these contracts, it looks like. So I tell you what. I want to see which one is the better setup, and I kind of want to borrow the equipment on whichever one's the better setup. We'll probably do both of them today, honestly. There's no reason not to. That's a good amount of money. It's going to help us tremendously. Here's we push for the final, the final stretch here of this series. As I mentioned, it's going to be a mini-series. Since we actually already went through 15 episodes on a vanilla survival and had to abruptly stop and jump to this one. So, okay, so I'm just trying to remember what they look like, and we need to go to the weeders. I think this is this one, isn't it? I don't know what the size of this is when we're borrowing it. I would assume it's just the 15.3. This one has a 24-meter width. So, I mean, there's a cultivator out there. That's something to consider. There's also a tractor here which we could sell in ours and get that one and save a little bit of money. We kind of went back and forth on that in the past, so I'm not really going to focus on it. Yeah, let's do. I guess we're going to go with this one. This tractor looks a lot more beefier, but this one is going to give us more. A bigger width, so we might as well go with that one, right? There's no reason not to. So let's accept this contract as well. So we'll do both those contracts to start. I do like a Kubota. I know some people don't, but I do like a Kubota. It's not my favorite. I'm more of a John Deere guy, the more traditional John Deere guy. That's what I was growing up. Those of you that are watching the Kinleg series know that my favorite tractor is actually a Case, but overall, I'm more of a John Deere fan than anything. But I don't dislike Kubotas. Okay, so I think we'll go to this one first. Or should we go to that one first? I tell you what, let's go to this one first. And then when we come back through, we can go this way, which we haven't really been up in this corner yet of the map. So it's, you know, a way for us to see a little bit more. So let's do that. I need to turn around here. Better put the beacons on. This is a very, very, very wide and long piece of equipment here. So this is probably going to be a bit treacherous going through these tight corners here in the town here. But hopefully we'll make it through it, I guess. Okay, so we need to go to the right. Yes, to the right. And then we'll follow this around for a while. Watch out, Scarlet, coming through. Coming through. And I think we just kind of follow this along. This is the road we were on the other day. I think the last episode. Yeah, I think we just keep going straight on this, and it'll take us to where we need to go. And we'll just have to cut off on that little fork in the road like we did last time, and we should be able to pop right on over there to field number 77. Now, since this is such a wide weeder, it really shouldn't take us too long, especially on this field, because I think this is, well, it's not even I think. This is the smaller of the two fields, significantly smaller. All right. Good deal. How's everyone doing today? I hope you're all doing well, man. Things are good, man. The time of this recording, the hockey free agency is closing out. Well, it closed out, I guess, at this point. I guess it's over at this point. Those of you who've been around for a while know that I'm a big hockey fan. I played hockey when I was younger. Still play occasionally, men's league type of stuff, but I can't play all the time. It's difficult for me to play all the time, and unfortunately anymore. It's just hard with what I do for a job and what time the hours are that you normally would do these type of games. They're normally, especially during hockey season, the games are sometimes 11, 12, 1 o'clock in the morning. I just can't do that anymore. I can't. My job is my actual job is way too stressful. I can't go and do 3-4 hours of sleep anymore. I can't do it anymore. I'm getting too old for that. So, I don't get to play as much as I like to. But anyway, so I'm a hockey fan, as I mentioned, right? And so the end of the trade deadline, and I'm from Ohio, so obviously, I'm a Columbus fan. Before Columbus had a team, I was a Colorado fan, an Avalanche fan, mostly because Ohio and the state up north that I won't mention of Ohio. If you know your states, you'll know what I'm talking about. But the state up north, we don't really like them here in Ohio. And back in the day, Colorado and the state up north, Detroit specifically, hated each other in the 90s. And that's, time period when I was growing up. And it was a great time to be a hockey fan then. So anyway, I became a Colorado fan then. But then Columbus got a team in 2000. So started to shift my allegiance a bit once they actually started to get a team. But I still root for Colorado whenever they're not playing Columbus. Joe Sakic, who is the GM, is my favorite hockey player of all time. So I've always got a soft spot for Colorado, but yeah. Anyway, Columbus got a player that I think is pretty decent for what they had to give up. So I'm pretty happy with the trade deadline. Did I say trade? Did I say free agent? I think I said free agent before. Trade deadline is what I really meant to say. The trade deadline is elapsed now. But I'm pretty happy who they got. They only got one person. I didn't think they really needed to do a whole lot. But they got one person. I'm pretty happy about it. They only gave away 2 draft picks for it, a second and a third. I feel like it's a steal. I feel like he could have probably at least got maybe a late first, potentially, the guy that we got. So I feel like for what we got and what we had to give up, it was a fantastic deal for us. So hopefully Columbus will make the playoffs this year. They're right on the edge there. They're 1 point out of the final wild card spot. They're I think 3 points out of the first wild card spot, and then they're 3 points out from third and second in their division. So it's a very, very close battle right now. So we'll see what happens, but I'm pretty excited about that. So tomorrow, I think will be the first game that he will play in. Connor Garland is who they got. They got Connor Garland from the Vancouver Canucks. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Anybody else a hockey fan? Who do you like? Who do you follow? Who do you like to watch? I know Crestu is. Crestu and I talk about that often. But Crestu's from Canada, so, you know, that's kind of like in their blood, right? It's in their blood to like hockey, so. I've also been thinking about I'm just ranting here, so bear with me for a minute here, gang, but I've also been thinking about doing a second series to my Triple Threat Challenge. A lot of people recently have said that they just found that series and they really liked the idea of it. And, you know, we never really, not really anyway, we never really finished that series off. I mean, we did, but there was like a side objective, an optional objective, which was to build the temple. It's taken way too long. So I've kind of, to an extent, abandoned it a little bit. Because that's the only thing that was remaining to do. So I was just going to be going through the motions over and over and over again, doing the exact same thing, going to the store, buying stuff, delivering it, going to the store, buying stuff, delivering it, over and over and over again. And I just don't think it's that great of content. So I've kind of, to an extent, abandoned that series a bit now at this point. But we accomplished the main objectives, let's put it that way. Anyway, I'm kind of considering doing a second series of that. It was very successful. A lot of people were interested in that series. I've learned a lot based off of that series and some things that I should do and should not do with the next series we do for that. So I'm kind of considering that instead of... I said I've got, you know, 2 ideas that I think are pretty decent, right, for replacement of this and for our Kinleg series, our Skyfin Aqua Farm series, right? I'm kind of considering maybe postponing one of those. There's some reasons for that, but we'll see. We'll see, right? But I think that Triple Threat Challenge is by design, it's actually a really genius way of playing this game. It definitely brings a lot of challenge to it, a lot of randomness to it as well, right? It forces you maybe outside of your comfort zone a little bit because you don't just get to pick a specific thing. It you know, the random generation picks this stuff for you, right? So I think it was one of my more unique ideas that I came up with that actually panned out and worked out well. So I'm kind of considering bringing that back, but I guess let me know your thoughts on that. I guess if you want to see a second series of that, obviously completely different map. Not sure what the map will be yet. Don't know that at all. Also, we were talking. I say we, Crestu and I were talking briefly, and I'm sure if Rusty can do it, he'll probably take part as well. But we were talking about. And this is a while from now, right? I know we keep talking about this, but it is a while from now. Whenever the one-tile challenge is over, you know, what we would replace it with. There was an idea Crestu had, I think, needs a little bit more work on trying to figure out exactly how it would work. So I'm not sure we would do that one, but I told him, you know, I would be down for even as simple as just doing a basic competitive multiplayer, right? Where we start with 3 or 4 or 5, whatever it is, of the same items. We start with the same exact amount of land, and then it's a free-for-all, right? We can use anything that it's installed from a mod perspective. We can lease stuff. We can buy whatever we want. And then at the end of it, you know, who actually made the most money, right? Who won? I mean, it's just as simple as that. Like, I think Daggerwin and Chainsaw just recently started another series of that. I do enjoy watching those from them. I think that's a fun series. So, you know, something as basic as that for the time being, just to kind of continue to keep this multiplayer going. I think it would be fun. I think it makes a lot of sense. So we'll work on that. We'll see what we come up with. Can't guarantee it's going to happen specifically, but I think that would be a fun thing for us to continue the multiplayer competitive nature that we've been doing here. It's been, I think all three of us would agree, it's been one of or the most successful series that we've had in a long time. So just kind of keep that momentum going a bit, keep the shenanigans going a bit, if you will. Maybe not so much on the shenanigans in a series like that. I don't know. Maybe there would be still. I don't know. But there would still be some. There would still certainly be some interactions with whoever would take that on, right? So we'll see. That's another idea we've had. So we're 65% done already, and this is a large field. I feel like we're not really going as fast as I thought we were going to go. We're only going 7. I thought we'd go like 12, but this field over here is going to take a lot longer. And it's already 1600, and really the rain says it's supposed to be sunny at 1600. It's not, and then it's going to start raining again at 2 in the morning, but we won't be doing we won't be doing the episode at 2 in the morning. I can tell you that much. I did speed up time just a little bit just to try to help us. It's 5 times. I think I'm going to drop it back down to 3 right now. That's what we normally had it on. Only reason I'm going to do that is just because when this rain does finally stop, we're really going to need as much time as we can get. It's going to get dark before you know it. I mean, it is April, so that it's going to be lighter out, or the sun's going to be out a little bit longer than it would be in the winter months. But still, it's going to it'll get dark before you know it, I guess is how I'll put it. What else? What else can we talk about? I don't know. I'm not sure. Not sure I have anything else to talk about. So, I'll tell you what, I've been rambling actually for 17 minutes. You guys let me ramble for a long time again. Let's get the rest of this field done, and we will go get the other field done as well, Field 4, which is far away. So you're going to get to see a little bit of the map that we haven't seen yet. A lot of it, I think, is stuff we've already seen, but there's a little bit of the corner there that we haven't been to yet. So that'll be a bit new for us to see. But yeah, let's get to it, and we'll see how things go. All right, we're almost done here. I had thought about putting a worker on this since the rain stopped, but I think we'll be able to get it done. That field we have to harvest it's a very small field. Now, whatever we need to do with the field, we can do that in the next episode. We don't have to do it today. In other words, we don't have to plow it or cultivate it. We don't have to do any of that today. We can do that really in the next one. So I figure why not? That was a nice long time lapse there, but we're almost done with this. We pretty much got both fields done, though, in that same process of that time lapse. So that was good, right? That was definitely useful. So we're going to flip around here. We only have 1% remaining before we're done, so we should get it here in a few seconds after I continue to go down this way. At least I think. Maybe I should turn it on. Nope, there we go. Perfect. All right, so this is done. So we can go ahead and turn these in, and we'll get that money, which is going to be great. It's going to get us close to... Actually, it might get us over 50,000. Which is awesome. I think it's going to be close. 50,244, so just slightly. Fantastic, man. That was much needed for us. So let's go ahead and jump into here. Got to open up the gate here, or the door, the garage door, whatever you want to call it. The gate's technically right there. Unfold. Hook up to the header. And we can be on our way. I'm going to leave that gate closed for right now. We're just going to jump straight over here and start getting this. I believe this is rye. I think. You would think I'd remember what we put in there by now, but I'm pretty sure it was rye. Okay. Uh-oh. Why am I not able to... do I have the wrong header? This header can't do that? Oh, don't tell me that. Don't tell me that. Yeah, vetch rye is what it was. This can't do that? I thought this header could do that. Okay, what do we need for vetch? I mean, I don't even know. I'm doing all these different type of things that I'm not aware of. To me, it looks like it's just your normal cereal type of crop, like it's like a rye and a wheat and a spelt, etc. Right? Okay. Yeah, it's not in there. Well, shit. I didn't really look at that. Sorry, I shouldn't have said that. Excuse my French there, gang. Okay. How do I harvest this then? It's not going to tell me anything in there, is it? Here we go. Ready to harvest. Needs rolling. We knew that. How do I harvest this thing, gang? Am I supposed to mow it? I'm confused. Let me see if I can figure this out. Okay, so yeah, you evidently mow it. You mow it. I think there's some other things you can do, like a forage harvester if you really wanted to, but not a regular harvester. So that was, well, that's a learning experience for me. That's another reason why I wanted to do these different types of crops here, so I could actually figure out what the hell I'm doing, because I've never done them, right? So I guess slightly embarrassing there, but not to me, not really. I mean, maybe you think that, but to me, it really wasn't. It's a learning experience for me. I've never done it. I thought it was just going to be harvested like you normally would, wheat or whatever else, and that was clearly not the case. So, well, there you go. We have got to spend some money then, evidently, so we can actually get this up and off the ground. Let's see. I don't know what I'm going to do here then. I guess we're gonna have to. I guess we're gonna have to mow. I can't. I'm not allowed to lease anything. So I'm guessing we'll have to buy a mower, and then we'll have to end up selling it, because we probably won't do anything with this after that. But then I've got to figure out a way to get it up off the ground, which means likely baling, which, again, baling it, we don't really have the money for that. I guess I'd have to do this one, if it even lets me do it. I'm afraid this won't even allow me to bale with this small one. I mean, it'd be a nuisance, but we can do it. Honestly, we kind of want... I don't know, we kind of want to actually bale it, and then maybe we could wrap it, potentially, and make a little bit of extra money and turn it into silage, right? That's really probably what we want to do. You know what, gang? As much as we kind of went back and forth on, you know, if we should keep this or not keep this, and I said we were going to keep it, I'm going to sell this. You know... This isn't going to be a long series, right? And at this point, it's hindering us more than anything with the money. I saw a couple comments in a recent, and I know a few at least said this, that, you know, I probably should have started with the same equipment that we had in the other vanilla survival before we had to shift gears because the map started to crash and would not load, right? It errored out. And you're right, we probably should have done that. I wanted to try something a little bit different. It's clearly not working out in our favor here. I clearly spent too much money on some equipment that's probably a little bit too large, stuff that we probably really didn't need. But that's all right? You live and learn. I made a mistake. I'm not perfect. I've never ever once said I'm perfect. I never ever will say that I'm perfect. Let's let's buy that used John Deere. That's almost a no-brainer. It's like almost the exact kind of horsepower we have now. This has a little bit more, but it's close. Well, don't yell at me too much. I know some people probably will in the comments, and that's fine. But don't yell at me too much. We're gonna sell it because it's just going to provide us with such an income. Okay, so if I want to bump this to 234 horsepower, which I kind of want to do, it's going to cost us another 33,000. Wide tires and weights, you know me. I don't really necessarily care about any of the rest of this. I don't think. 3-point attacher. Yeah, we probably need that because we're going to have to do it when we're doing this contract, when we're doing this. I don't know. Maybe we don't need. I mean, 192 horsepower to 234 horsepower. Okay, so hold on. 180. So we just, as long as we have 180 horsepower, we're good. Which has 192, so we're good. So we'll just go with the standard. That saves us $33,000. That's a lot of money of savings. We'll keep the 3-point hitch on there. I know that's probably going to upset some people, and that's fine. Like I said, that's fine. But this is a 6R145. I love this tractor. This is a fantastic tractor. This is a great tractor. Alright, so we're going to repair that just because we want to keep it in tip-top shape here. Alright, so we got that. So now we need to get a mower and a baler. And then, honestly, probably a wrapper, too. I'm going to save the game really quick just to make sure. I'm so nervous about with the crashing of the other ones. And there's an update to this map, and I've done a good job so far to not actually put the update in. Maybe there's nothing wrong with it, but it just makes me nervous. So, honestly, I think what we're going to do... I think we're just going to try to do some of it at the same time. I'm going to try to bale and mow at the same time. Maybe it's not the smartest idea. Probably isn't the smartest idea, as a matter of fact. Let me take that back. But we're going to do it anyway. We got to go with the Versteins. They look a little chunky, and everyone knows how much I like the chunky tires on my equipment. Alright, 52220. Alright, so let's hook up to this first of all. And we'll hook up to this. which I think we've only used this maybe one other time. I don't know, actually, you know what? We might not even use this at all. So I'm excited to use this. I wanted to use this. This came with the most recent DLC, the Highlands. Well, I guess not. There was another DLC that came out. I didn't get it yet. I might, but it was just minor stuff. Now, if this doesn't work, I'm gonna be very upset. It should work. It should. That's what the interweb told me. The interweb told me that I needed to mow it. Now, we're probably going to have to come back and do some other trips because this mowing is probably going to be wider than that actual baler can accept, but that's fine. That's fine. It's not a big deal. And it's turning into grass, but that's fine. You know what? That's fine. Like I said, we can bale it. And that's going to give us some silage. We can wrap it. It'll give us some silage, which will make us some money. And that'll be worth it. So I was planning on doing a good chunk of this off camera, and I made a mistake already. I did some of this off camera a little bit, as you can see. I accidentally backed up right into there, like a dum-dum. So, you know, what are you going to do? I can't do anything about it now. It's over, so... I lost that tiny bit of spelt off that field, unfortunately, but we're making progress here. We're making progress. I'm just giving myself plenty of room here so I don't do that again. Just out of habit, doing a wide turn for whatever reason instead of actually just backing up and driving like a normal human being. Just trying to make it easier on myself and causing myself more harm than good. But anyway, we've got a bit to go here. Obviously, just this one little mower here. It is taking a little bit longer than it probably normally should. But that's okay. We're gonna get this done, gang. We're going to get it all mowed up, and then for the next episode, we will be baling all of this, and then likely wrapping it all, which will in turn make us a lot of silage money. Hopefully, we'll be selling this equipment back if it's not needed for the mustard, which I fully don't think it's going to be. As a matter of fact, we're probably going to have to sell it back to be able to wrap this, more than likely. I don't think we're going to have enough money unless... oh, actually, you know what? We might have enough money. We might have enough money. I don't know. But regardless, right, we'll keep an eye on it, and if we do need to sell it back, we will sell it. All right, this shouldn't take too much longer. Let's get the rest of this done. Well, gang, that's it. It's all been mowed up now. It's just a matter of us taking care of the remainder of it in the next episode. So we're going to leave this one here. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you smash the like, subscribe button in the case you have yet to do so. They are free to do, and they help me out an absolute ton. If you have any thoughts, questions, comments, ideas, let me know down below. I'm happy to get back to you on those. Thank you to my members. Cannot thank them enough for all your continued support. Many of you have elapsed a very, very long time, so I truly appreciate each and every single one of you. If you are interested in that and what kind of perks they do get early access to videos just like this one, including the ever-popular competitive one-tile challenge. You also get a members-only series that occurs once a month where we go through different ideas that are in my brain, and I take your inputs and try to incorporate that as much as I can based off the ideas that I come up with and go through with you. We kind of sort out and figure out, our next series, if you will, together. My second channel's down below. My Discord is down below if you want to share your progress or see anything that I post of any sort. I always have it up there on the Discord, albeit lately a little bit delayed on a few of them, but we're back up and caught up to speed at this point. So if that interests you, check it out. Once again, thanks for watching. Thanks so much for your continued support, and we'll see you next time.